I appreciate as we are coming towards the holidays, people taking the time to join us. But I'm really excited today to have Deb Subudhiray from Freshworks talking about their integration with Microsoft Teams. Take it away, Deb.
Thank you, Bill. Hi, I'm Deb. I'm a product manager at Freshworks. So I'm here to talk about Freshdesk MS Teams integration. So before I start about the talk about the integration, I want to give you a brief about what Freshworks as an organization is, and then what kind of product we have, and how does Freshdesk comes into picture, and then how are we going to solve some of the key problems with the Freshdesk MS Teams integration. So if you look at Freshworks, so it was founded in 2010. We have kind of we recently got into IPO last year, and we have an annual revenue of almost close to 500 million. We have offices in 13 different locations. We have more than 5,000 employees and close to 60,000 customers. Um, so as part of our product portfolio, we are actually spread across three different business unit, or one for CX, second we have for ITSM, and third for CRM. Here I'm going to talk about our CX product, which is the Freshdesk product. So Freshdesk is basically a customer service product which helps in delighting the customers by providing effortless customer service. So it has multiple capabilities. One of the major capabilities is the omni-channel capability, where uh, customers can raise queries from multiple different channels, be it channels like emails, or which are kind of the legacy channels, and also with the new social channels like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and in fact Instagram as well. Apart from that, we have very powerful automation capabilities. So what happens whenever customer raises a query, it generally goes as a ticket, and then these powerful automation can actually run on top of the tickets to improve the productivity of the overall help desk system. Apart from that, we have other capabilities, like we have powerful routing capabilities, we have CSAT, uh, we have you can configure SLAs, business hour, etc. So as part of Freshdesk, or and Freshworks as an organization, we truly value collaboration, and that is one of the major reasons why we wanted to solve for the collaboration, and we went ahead and built the Freshdesk MS Teams integration. So if we look at a system, let's say a organization which is using Freshdesk and MS Teams separately without the integration, then there are multiple different challenges which they can face. Or so one of the major challenges, collaboration between and across the teams, is a challenge because of the obvious distributed systems. So what happens in that scenario? Agent has to switch between multiple applications. You have to go from Freshdesk to MS Teams and vice versa. So generally, what happens, as we know, uh, for in order to solve any customer query, agent has to collaborate with multiple folks, be it like other agents, or be it with internal stakeholders. So in order to do that, they generally spend, let's say if they're collaborating, they'll spend a lot of time on MS Teams. So what happens? They tend to miss out on key updates on tickets or on customers' queries. So because of these multiple challenges, we wanted to solve for that, and with we there are multiple benefits to this integration, but I'll just focus on two key benefits. A, we want to improve agent productivity uh, by providing capabilities where agents will receive key updates regarding the tickets inside MS Teams, rather than switching from MS Teams to Freshdesk to know about what is happening in Freshdesk. They can get all those information in MS Teams itself, and they can actually interact with Freshdesk directly, or can give customer replies or interact with Freshdesk ticket directly inside MS Teams. So that is one of the problem which we're solving by improving agent productivity. Secondly, we also want to provide contextual collaboration. So generally what happens, agent, when they collaborate, they not only talk to other support agents, they can also talk to internal stakeholders or internal members who might not have access to Freshdesk. So in those scenarios, generally the agent will have to copy certain information from Freshdesk and then have to paste those information in MS Teams and then give the whole context to those members. And what we solved with this is we provided those contexts automatically to the internal members by using our powerful automation capability, and so they can, so that those internal members can collaborate inside MS Teams and they get full context of the ticket. So these are the major benefits we are going to focus on with this MS Teams integration. And since if we do all these things, we are essentially doing all these 6 things which I mentioned. We are simplifying cross-team collaboration. We are able to collaborate without switching application. We are breaking communication silos and unifying teams. As I said, we are improving agent productivity, and we are also providing contextual customer support. And if we do all these things, definitely we are going to improve our ticket resolution time, and then it will all going to trickle down to our CSAT scores. With that in mind, I'll go ahead and for a demo of our integration. So this is what we want to achieve. We want to provide or enable effortless and frictionless collaboration across the teams. So taking you to the product and showing the demo. So this is our Freshdesk product. Those who haven't seen the Freshdesk product, I would suggest you can just go and create an account for Freshdesk and then play around with the product. We provide a 21-day free trial for all the new signups. And you can actually see there are multiple channels from which you can receive these customer queries, be it Twitter, phone channel, chat, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. Along with that, we have, as I said, you can configure SLA policies. You can actually go ahead and configure CSAT. We have powerful automation capability, as I mentioned. So now moving on to the integration. So we have a section called as apps where, so basically before we talk about the integration, I'll talk about the installation process. So we have a section called as app section where you can find different integrations which we have. So here, once you click on it, you can actually go and search for Microsoft Teams. So right now I've already installed the integration, but it's basically the installation is a two-step process. So for a Freshdesk account, you need to install one Microsoft Teams app that needs to be done by the admin of this account. And once the admin installs the app, every other agents who are part of Freshdesk are going to get the notification, and they need to go to uh, MS Teams, and search for Freshdesk app, and then add the Freshdesk app to their MS Teams. Right now, I've already added it, so that's why it's already showing as open. Um, so as I said, it's a two-step installation. So let's say once the app is installed, you will see a certain welcome message. Right now, I think it's way beyond that. So so as once you receive that welcome message, you can actually go and do certain activities with this integration. So let's say you can go ahead and take a tour. So we support some of the commands. So with take a tour, you can actually see what are the different capabilities we provide with this integration. So once you do that, so we are also providing a help option. So in case you are stuck anywhere, you can click on, you can basically type help, and we're providing a link to a solution article. If you have any query, it has all the steps mentioned. You can actually go ahead and understand how to install and what are the capabilities we're providing. And the other thing which we provide is a create a ticket option. So generally what happens, the agents, they go on a customer call, and when they are on a customer call, they're essentially using MS Teams. And we wanted to provide the capability where they don't have to uh, go to Freshdesk to create a ticket. Let's say on a customer call, they understand certain customer problem and they want to log it as a ticket. They can just do it here. So let's say I type the command create ticket. I'll have the option to create ticket, and I can just create a. So we provide an option of adding any kind of status here. So there are certain status which we provide by default. So you can add status and priority here. And you can actually, if there are, you configure the groups for agents, you can actually select some of these groups, and then the agents will be reflected if they are part of that group. So right now I'm just skipping that step. I'm just creating a ticket. So once you create a ticket, we give a link to the ticket as well in case someone wants to verify if the ticket is created successfully or not. So if I go and see, so the ticket is created here. So if I see, this is the subject of the ticket, this is the description of the ticket, and the ticket is created. So this is one of the use case which we are solving. Apart from that, as I said, the major use case we want to solve is to improve agent productivity. Uh, so let's take an example. Let's say Sarah is a customer and she ordered a TV and she saw that there is a cracked screen and she wanted certain refund or replacement of the TV. And I, being the admin of the ticket, what I see that this needs to be solved by Debabrata. So what I'll do, I'll uh, add this to I'll add an agent or assign it to Debabrata and update the ticket. So once I assign the ticket to Debabrata, he is going to just a second. Uh, so basically, I'll show the installation process here. So you need to go to the admin section. You need to then click on the app section. And here you need to search for Microsoft Teams. As I said, installation is a two-step process. Uh, so first, the admin of the account needs to install the app in Freshdesk. So there is just going to be one app installed for the Freshdesk account, and every other agents they need to install the Freshdesk app in MS Teams. So the agent will receive notification like this that your admin has installed the MS Teams app in Freshdesk, and then there's an option to go to MS Teams. So they will see this. They'll directly go to the Freshdesk app. They can click on add to install it. For the demo purpose, I've actually added uh, the app in the MS Teams account. So this is again, this is what the different commands we have. One, help, create ticket. So you can create a ticket uh, directly from MS Teams. Now talking about the use case, let's say there is Candice who wants a technical support and subscription upgrade. Uh, Now the admin here knows the right agent who needs to be assigned to this ticket. So what admin will do in this case, admin will assign this agent, and once it is assigned, the agent is going to receive the notification or inside MS Teams. So as part of the notification, if you see, agent receive multiple different information about the ticket. They get the subject of the ticket ID, what is the description of the ticket, and other information about ticket like status, priority, group, agent, responsive. And they will have 4 different CTAs here. So they can actually go and reply to the customer directly from MS Teams. They don't have to switch to Freshdesk. They can do all these activities here. They can actually add note. So we in Freshdesk, we have something called as private note. Let's say you want to inform or add a note to someone inside the organization, and you can just add that note and say that, hey, I'm giving you this information. So you can do that. You can update the ticket. Let's say I feel that the priority should not be low, it should be high. I can just go and update the ticket as well. And if I want to know more about the customer, I can view customer info as well. So so we'll show all these actions here. So for example, I can go ahead and just reply to the customer. So if you see, this reply has been added to the freshest account, freshest ticket. I can go ahead and update the status of the ticket as well. If you see, the status of the ticket has been changed to waiting on customer. So if you look at till this point, the capability which we have mostly focused on is improving agent productivity, because agents are receiving these notifications inside MS Teams and they can do all these activities and basically saving agents time. Now we are going to focus on the use case. We are going where the goal is to help in providing contextual collaboration, and that's what are one of the major goal which we want to focus on. So we have a capability called as automation. So in automation, you can create a rule where you can see that you can push certain notification to MS Teams channels. So what you need to do, you need to first add the app to that specific channel where you want to send the notification. So we have a add to team option, and then let's say you want to add it to billing on-call engineers and set up a bot. So once that is added, you will see that channel here as well. So I want to create a ticket, or I want to push notification to billing channel uh, on a certain condition. And let's say whenever the group of the ticket or the priority of the ticket is changed from any priority to basically high priority, then I want to uh, or push this ticket to that particular channel. So if you see, once I click on the action called as push to MS Teams, I see the team name populated, and I can see the channel name as billing as well. And I can add my description message here as well. I'll save this automation rule. Now I said change the priority to high and the group is already billing. I received this notification. So the use case here is the billing team, all the members of the billing team might not be part of Freshdesk. And generally what happens, the agent, when he needs to interact with the billing team members, he need to provide all this information, like all the information about the ticket to that in that specific channel. Now, since we have created that automation rule, anybody who's part of that billing channel will receive this notification, and they can collaborate on the specific ticket right inside here in MS Teams. They don't need any access to Freshdesk, and they get all the required information, whatever is required to solve this particular issue directly inside MS Teams. So this is where we are solving for collaboration. So in fact, the billing team member can view the customer info, and they can actually uh, start collaborating in the native reply of MS Teams. So let's say in this case, I can tag Henrietta and ask her that if he can check on this issue. Yeah, that's it. These are the two major use cases which I wanted to talk about for this integration.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you so much, Deb. I think Freshdesk is a great example of what can be done with integration in Teams, and I really appreciate the innovation of Freshworks and your innovation today as well. So thank you all very much for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.